Alright, so I think I'm recording. Let's take a look at this daylight problem. In New Orleans, the longest day of the year is June 21st. Has approximately 14 hours of daylight. The shortest day of the year, December 21st, has about 10. Um, the vernal equinox, so I assume that's the 12 hours. You know, half the day is dark, half the day is light. About 12 hours of daylight. Assuming a sinusoidal model for the number of hours of daylight. Okay, so this is bouncing back and forth as a sine curve, and we want to find the equation where the input is the number of hours of daylight in New Orleans. Alright. So yeah, no, this is similar to the one that's in the notes, I believe. Alright, so the shortest day of the year. Let's see. Let's have our min as 10 hours of daylight. Our max is 14 hours of daylight. So our center line is 12. Alright, now for the period, we're going to assume, since this is on a calendar day, that the period is 365 days. Now, is that going to make this equally spaced, though? Should we assume the 365, or should we use their days and see how close we come to that 365? Let's do that. So the longest day is 172. So there could be let's see, day 172, day 355. So this is 172, day 172, and this is day 355. Alright, so if that's half of my period, what's that difference? What's 355 minus 172? 183, and half of that, 91.5. So there's a fourth of my period. If I multiply that by 4, 366. So whether we call this period 365 or 366, I don't think is going to make that much of a deal. The period's 366 days. I don't know, so maybe it's leap year. Alright. The amplitude is 2 hours. And the center line is 12 hours. What point would we like to use for the center line? So why not pick this point so that we have this is our cycle. Okay, so the 366 divided by 4 meant a spacing of 91.5. If I take 172 minus that spacing, 80.5. So if I use as a starting point in the middle of the 80th day, does that make sense? Yeah, I guess it does. Our input is I guess technically our input is integer values and the number of day that you're on. Huh. All right. The uh, the amplitude is 2. The period is we said 366 because I wanted that equally spacing, but oh, it's 2 pi divided by that. If somebody were to put 365 there, remember this is just a model. It's an approximation. And this 80.5. So I'm not so sure if somebody that was in this field would use 366 versus 365, and I'm not so sure that they wouldn't pick like 81 or 80, here, but for us it's fine. Plus 12. So our 366 divided by 2, 183. So if I write this as pi over 183, yeah, okay, so there we go. That seems reasonable. So hey, I hope that helps, and talk to you later.